In this video, we'll introduce supply and demand. The demand curve relates the quantity Q of an item demanded by the consumers per unit time to the price of the item. Here we have a linear demand function. First, note that the intercept of $50 suggests that 0 people are willing to purchase a product at $50 or more. Also, an intercept of 5,000 items suggests that in order to sell in excess of 5,000 items, we would ultimately have to give the product away. Here, the slope, which is negative 0.01, can be interpreted to suggest that for every unit increase in the demand, the price must necessarily decrease by a penny. And the formula, which represents this demand curve, would be P equals 50 minus 0.01 Q. The supply curve relates the quantity Q of an item the producers are willing to make per unit time to the price for which the product may be sold. So here we have a linear supply function. The vertical intercept of $5 here suggests that no one is willing to produce a product unless they can be sold for more than $5. The slope, which happens to be positive 0.005, could be interpreted to suggest that for every unit increase in the supply, the price must increase by a half a penny. So for every 2 unit increase in the supply, the price must increase by a penny. The resulting supply curve would be P equals 5 plus 0.005 Q. So on to the point of equilibrium. The point of equilibrium refers to the price P and the quantity Q that satisfy both the demand curve and the supply curve. The price at this point of equilibrium is the price at which the consumer's willingness to purchase is equal to the producer's willingness to supply. So here, if we look at our two functions on the same graph, we can identify that the point of equilibrium, the point of intersection in this case, is 3,000 items and $20. So this suggests that at a price of $20, the consumer's willingness to purchase and the producer's willingness to produce is equal. The consumers are willing to purchase 3,000 units at $20, and the producers are willing to produce 3,000 units at $20. Let's consider this. What happens if we alter the price? So if we artificially increase the price, let's say to $25. If we increase the price, then the demand will decrease down to 2,500 units, but the supply would increase to 4,000 units. So here we have a difference of 1,500 units, and this represents a surplus of 1,500 units. So to consider this, if you increase the price, you end up with a surplus, then you're going to have to decrease the price substantially to sell off those extra items. Oftentimes lower than the $20 originally at equilibrium. Consider the other possibility. What happens if we want to lower the price artificially? So consider a price of $15. So at a price of $15, the demand would increase to a total of 3,500 units. The supply would decrease to 2,000 units. So here we have a difference of 1,500 units. This represents a shortage of 1,500 units. And with a shortage, quite often what we see is with this increase in demand, we then would end up with higher prices, sometimes even above the $20 originally at equilibrium. So here has been a quick introduction to supply, demand, and equilibrium.